Hello everyone. Welcome to my podcast. So, I've had a dream for a while to do a podcast, and it's because I want to help you. And here's why. When I was growing up, I was painfully shy, and it was so hard for me to talk to people, and I felt like my voice wasn't heard, and I felt like I was misunderstood. And sometimes I kind of felt like a freak, and I wanted to have fun. I wanted to let myself have fun. And like I watched my friends being cheerleaders or being on the student council, and it's like, I want to do that, but I didn't dare because I was so shy. So I didn't allow myself to live fully. And then because of that, I ended up getting into a marriage where my voice wasn't heard either. And I basically shut down. It's like my soul kind of shut down and my body started to shut down, and I became really ill. And I just went into survival mode for so many years. And then I had this beautiful experience with God where I got to the point where I was actually okay with just going back to God's home. And I actually did. And He sent me back and He said, Jeannie, you've got to go back and you've got to help women and children, women who feel the same way as you, like they don't have a voice and they don't feel like they have any divine worth or value, and they don't have confidence in themselves, whether it's because they've been beaten down or they just weren't taught to believe in themselves, or they were taught it wasn't right to think highly of yourselves. I knew I was a daughter of God growing up, but I almost feel like I wasn't allowed to live that fully, develop my full potential. And so I just kind of shut down and shut my voice down. And then about 10 years ago, I went to a therapist. I had gone through a divorce. I had gotten so ill that I had this experience, and I was trying to come back to life. And she was trying to help me do that. And she was doing guided imagery with me. She was doing EMDR with me for trauma. I was so traumatized, and I developed severe PTSD because of my situations and circumstances and experiences. And I felt like I wasn't loved or valued or supported by the people that I wanted to be supported by, that I loved the most, but I didn't feel like they had that same respect for me or honor me because I didn't honor myself. And so God gave me this experience, and He said, you need to go back and help other women to learn how to honor themselves and actually live their lives, not just be alive, but actually live and be alive and live to their fullest and be able to stand in their power and feel like they can share their voice. No matter what they've gone through, no matter what experiences they've had, everybody has something to share. And God specifically told me that I needed to share my voice through my music, because for the first time I felt God's pure, unconditional love for me, and it's beyond what earthly words could explain. That's another podcast for another day. But I just felt so shut down, and I didn't feel honored or respected or valued. So I had to learn how to dig deep and really learn how to honor and value myself and learn to love myself. I'd never loved myself. And then I was kind of demeaned for many, many years, and which made me feel even more like I didn't have any value. I was just kind of beaten down, and I allowed it to happen because I didn't know how to stand up for myself and to stop it from happening. And I had to learn the hard way. And finally, this therapist became my friend, and she gave me opportunities, and she did the guided imagery with me, and she had me learn it because she's like, Jeannie, I think you could be really good at this. You could do this. And so she actually trained me, and then she had me work in her clinic on her clients, and that's how I paid her back. And it was a beautiful experience, and she believed in me. And the whole time I kept thinking, why does she believe in me? Why does she think I can do this? Why is she letting me work for her? She was trying to teach me my value, and I am so grateful that she appreciated me enough to not let me just fall apart and cave in and give up. She saw my potential, and she gave me an outlet and a purpose by inviting me to work for her. And then she started having me do group sessions on people, and I really had to dig deep and learn my value and learn to love myself and decide it was okay to love myself, because I was taught growing up it wasn't okay to love yourself. That means you're vain, or that means you think too highly of yourself. We all are of divine worth, and we are all beautiful, magnificent creations of God. We stem from deity. We have divine value, and we need to find it, because if we value ourselves, then others will value themselves. They'll know that it's okay for them to, just like Marianne Williamson's quote on, if we embrace the light, we'll teach other people it's okay for them too. But I had to learn to speak up, because I never knew how, and I never knew how to stand in my power. I needed to learn how to put boundaries, and to politely but honestly say, hey, I feel this way, or hey, this isn't okay, or hey, I would like this, or hey, I'm going to do this. And then I started to live my dreams because I started to value myself. And so I have a program called Just Believe and Dream. And I wrote a song called Just Believe, because I learned that it was okay for me to live my dreams, and I want to help other people live their dreams. But first of all, you have to love yourself and believe in yourself and believe that you have the capability of living your dreams and that you deserve to. And it's okay. It's okay to love yourself. The more you love yourself, the more others will feel that love, and they'll learn to admire you and respect you, and they can learn to love themselves. So I had to learn that lesson, and it was really hard. But my therapist, she's like, Jeannie, your new theme song needs to be Brave by Sara Bareilles. Sara Bareilles is one of my favorite singer-songwriters. I'm a songwriter, so I can relate to her. I love her music. I think they have depth. I think they have meaning. Some of them are just fun songs to sing to, but Brave, oh my word. So my therapist took me up to the mountains. She took me up to, I used to live in Cache Valley up in the mountains, and she took me to the mouth of the canyon, and she took me to this park, and she played the song, and she made me sing it. And she said, Jeannie, you need to sing this song like you believe it. But I didn't believe it. I didn't dare sing it. So I started to sing it really timidly and shy, and she's like, Jeannie, you gotta be brave. Step in your power. Just step fully into it and just belt it out. Let yourself shine. No, nobody's here. There was nobody there but me and her. So she played it a few times for me until I was able to sing it out loud. And then I came home and I started listening to it, and I'm like, wow, that is really an awesome song. The words are so awesome. You need to listen to it. I was going to share them with you, but I'm kind of drawing a blank. But I adopted that as my theme song. And you can too. You can be brave enough if you feel like you haven't been able to speak up. You can. You can step in that power. And the most important thing is, not only do you need to love yourself and believe in yourself, you need to know and believe that there is a God that loves you. And that was my message that God gave me. That was my purpose that he sent me back to fulfill, was to help other women and children feel his love, his divine love, to know how incredible and amazing you all are. So you can step into your power and you can feel that love so that you can share his love and light. That's the whole purpose. We share our love and light to help others get through their dark times, and we shine that light so they know where to turn, because they can see us, and they can see us being brave and sharing, even if what we've gone through isn't pleasant, or it wasn't good, or if it was painful. They need to know that if we made it through, they can too, and we can be a support, and God is there to support them. God is there to support you. That's why I chose to do this podcast. Just believe. Just believe in yourself. My therapist also said you need to adopt that, like the word believe, take it and change it to LIVE, live, just live. But this podcast is, so I have a couple of podcasts I decided to start, Just Believe and Dream, and In the Day in the Life of, and I'm going to interview people who are songwriters or who've been through a chronic illness or whatever people need to share their voice about. But on this particular one, just because I can, my cause is to help you find your voice and learn to find the love that God has for you, so that you can find his light and it can start to burn bright in your heart and your soul, and you can shine it for others. Not only for yourself, but others, whether it's your children or your friends. So my cause is to stand behind you. And in my song, Just Believe, it talks about If I take your hand, would you let me walk along beside you to help you understand how much I want to stand behind you? What if I could truly help you see all that you can be if you learn to love yourself and just believe? That's the words of my song. So that's my message I want to share with you. That's why I'm doing this podcast. And it's interesting because I decided to do this podcast, but I put it off because it's like, well, it's not professional enough. I don't have a light. I don't have a backdrop. I don't have a microphone. So guess what I did? It was my birthday on April 1st. I bought myself a light and a microphone and this backdrop. And even if you can't get those things, just start. Just start sharing. Just start recording yourself and sharing, even just for your journal, if you just want to keep it for yourself, if you don't feel comfortable. I can't tell you how many times I've recorded something and then I went back and deleted it because I felt stupid or silly, or it's like, oh, well, that's dumb. Why are people going to want to hear that? It's not dumb. What's in here, it means so much to God, and it will mean so much to other women and children, or men too, if you share it. There are people who are struggling who need your light, and they need to feel God's love. I'm hoping through this podcast I'm doing that you can feel exactly that. And I went to meet with this awesome woman last week. She invited me to lunch and she read my human design, and it was so amazing, and she was so encouraging. It's like, Jeannie, you just need to get your voice out there. And I thought I had to be perfect before I can start. You don't have to be perfect. Just start. Just believe. Just believe in yourself. Just allow God's love in here and allow yourself to start loving yourself. I had to love myself back to life, literally. If I can do it, you can do it. And I want to help you. That is my cause, to stand behind you. So this gal that I met with, bless her heart, and thank you, she gave me the courage to just do it and to start. So I hope you can feel my love for you. I hope you can feel God's love for you, because I know He loves you because of my experience. I didn't love myself until then. And when I felt His love for me, it's like, wow, He loves me. I am worthwhile to Him. And I started writing on my mirror, I am a magnificent creation of God, because I had to learn how to believe it first. So if you're still trying to believe that, write on your mirror, I am a magnificent creation of God and He loves me. Or write whatever resonates with your heart and soul. But you got to learn to believe it. And you got to say it to yourself every day. And it's okay. So that you can then turn around and say it to other people and help them on their way. I hope this has been helpful to you. And please reach out to me. If you want to be a guest on my podcast, I would love to have you. If you have a cause and you can share it here on my podcast, just because you can, because I'm allowing you to, and I'm giving you a voice, and I want to see you. In Sarah Bareilles' song, it says, I just want to see you be brave. So that's the reason for my podcast, and to have you as a guest, and to share this with you and have you share your story, because I just want to see you be brave. Together we can do this. We've got it. Okay, take care. And I'll put the link to my song below. And if you want to reach out to me, please do. Just put a comment below and I'll put my email down there if you want to contact me. We're going to do this together and it will be great, just because we can. Have a wonderful night. Bye.